What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for all the support, everybody that's been watching my content lately. My views are up. Thank you guys for everything. Keep sharing this content, and hit like for me, okay? Thank you guys. So, anyway, before I did a video about the student loan forgiveness, and I'm about to get into that with a little bit more thoughts and details on that. But make sure you stick around to the end of this video, because at the end of this video I am going to be sharing the best advice I ever got. The best advice I ever got by far, and it was the best financial decision I have ever made. And because of this financial decision, the investment that I made, I probably made it back thousands of times over. Thousands of times over. And anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. For real. And I'm not trying to sell you guys nothing. I've never tried selling you guys nothing. This is just a page from my book. So I'm giving you guys a page from my book. So just listen to how this all fits together, and we'll get through this, okay? So, first of all these illegals that are coming over here, right? For the last, I don't know, how long they've been coming over here, 40, 50 years, if not longer. They've been taking these construction jobs. And being an electrician, I've seen it. Like, they've had painters, drywallers, they've had all these jobs, framers, and these low-end jobs that have no education behind them, right? So they come over here, get these jobs that all pay under the cash under the table, no education, don't need a social security card, nothing like that, right? So what ends up happening is they don't have any education. They don't have no education, nothing like that. But they've had like a second generation now, because the people that are been born into this country, the ones that came over here years ago, decades ago, they were born into this country, and now you can actually see some of them or plumbers and electricians. They're still in the blue collar trade, right? But they have more education behind them now. So they're advancing, they're evolving. So this student loan forgiveness, keep in mind, the government don't give a crap about us Americans. They don't care about us. You think they're doing us a solid by trying to do anybody like, loan forgiveness? No, they're just putting that debt onto the taxpayer again. They're putting more weight on the taxpayer. Nothing's free here, people. So it's something like 40% of my paycheck already goes to Uncle Sam or whoever. Like 40% of it gone. Like 38%. Back in the revolutionary times, they threw all that tea over the Boston Tea Party, over 2% tax on tea. 2% tax on tea. Now we have 38% of your taxes gone before you even get your net pay. And then it's 6% sales tax to spend your money. And then at the end of the year, that you have taxes on things that were already taxed that you're going to have to pay. Yeah. So, and they want to tell us about how bad it was back then. But no, it's way worse now. Way worse now. We're not at the home of the free. Nothing's free. Nothing's free anymore. We're not even free. We're not even a free country anymore. We are slaves to Great Britain. That's why we have social security cards. We were so in debt after World War I that we were issued social security cards so we could pay the debt back that was off ultimately from World War I. So look into that if you guys don't know about that information. Yeah, so we're all slaves to the crown. They just realize they don't need the chains, and they just don't need to stick to one or two groups of people. They can make everybody slaves. And the best slave to have is the one that doesn't know they're a slave. Yeah. So anyway, I digress. So now what also happens, so now these illegals that come over here, they're going to send their kids to school. They're going to send their kids to school free, and they have no problem doing this because they're taking everything from America for free anyway. Housing, their medical, everything's already free for them. So why do they care if they get more free education, right? They don't care. Of course they don't care. Just put it on the back of the tax paying working person, right? The middleman, which we're not really middle class. We're poor. We're the poor class. We're not middle class. They just tell us we're middle class because if they start calling us what we really are, the poor class, we would revolt. That's what it really is. We're poor. We're the poor class. If you don't make about $5 million a year, $5 million a year, you're not middle class. You don't understand how elite the rich really truly are. They make billions of dollars a year. So if you're not making $2, $3, $4, $5 million a year, you're not middle class. And that's the majority of us. That's like the 99% of us. Big wake up call, everybody. Wake up. Wake up. Come out of the dream state. Wake up. Okay? So, now these people are going to send their kids to school, and now they're going to have better jobs. We're going to pay for their education. And then they're ultimately going to either stay here and take our jobs, or they'll take the skills they learn back to their own country. Now, Mexico won't do that, but other countries like China will do that. They'll send their people over here to get education for free and then take their education, the best education we can give them, Harvard, Yale, all these, Brown University, all these best schools that we have, all these medical schools leading in science and everything. They'll take that education and they take it back to China. That's what they'll do. You guys see how this is bigger than Americans? They want us to fight with each other. So we stay focused on fighting with each other. So ultimately we end up killing each other. That's what they really are hoping that we do to lower the numbers of how many there are of us. They're hoping that we do it to ourselves so they don't have to do it. But yeah, that's what they want us to get so emotionally riled up that we see the problem as us to them. This Biden administration, they don't care about Americans. They never cared about Americans. They care about these illegals coming over here and getting all this education. That is what they care about. You understand? Get this message out to people. Let them really know. You guys got to listen to me. It's not about you. Now, what's going on? Okay, so hold on. So let me tell you guys the best advice I ever got. Okay, the best advice I ever got. It really started with like my ex-girlfriend's father. She told me, she said, "Son, listen. They say listen to your heart. Don't listen to your heart. Listen to your stomach. Your stomach's what you got to feed." Right? So I thought that was pretty good advice. My father told me, this is the best advice. My father actually gave me the best advice ever. He said, "Son, it's like, if you don't want to go to college, that's fine. But don't stop with just a high school diploma. You're going to need more than that in this life. Go get a trade. Go get a trade." So I went to trade school, became an electrician. It took $1,000 to start first year school. After I got that first year of school, the company paid me back for that first year of school as long as I worked for them for that year, right? And then I put that money back into the second year. Same thing, second year to third year to fourth year, and then fourth. Eventually, they paid it off the whole way. It was a little over $4,000. It came out to like $6,000 total the whole way. It was like $4,500 or $1,500 a year, something like that. Because you got to figure in books and stuff too. So that was the best advice I ever got, because you know how many times I have made that money over being an electrician? I make that a week. I make that money in a week, $1,000. I make that in a week being an electrician. And not even mention like if I work for myself doing side work, you know what I mean? So, and lately that's all I've been doing. But, well, for the most part, that's what I've mostly been doing. But anyway, yeah. So get yourself a trade. If you guys have school, kids growing up, tell them if they don't want to go to college, Get a trade. Get a trade. I had no debt. I came out, I was 22 years old, had a degree, a certificate, and I was working down at NSA, Fort Meade, and I was making like $60 an hour, working 80 hours a week. And I was, if not more, it was like more than 60 hours, $60 an hour. I was bring home like $3,000 a week, $3,000 a week. That's bring home. That was after taxes. So I bought myself a house, cars. I got married. I did all that by the age of 22. So guys, you know, and when I wasn't making scale, I was making $25 to $30 an hour anyway. You know, so I was more than capable of taking care of myself at the age of 22. Really, before that, by the age of 20, I was making enough money, $17, $18 an hour, that I was taking care of myself, right? But by the time I graduated college, you know, trade school, 22 years old, I got married, had a house, the work. I got my wife a big wedding ring, huge wedding ring. You should have seen how big that thing was. The first time she looked at it, she almost went blind in one eye. I mean, she was like, what? Everybody was, yeah, that was the point why I bought that ring. I wanted people to be shocked. Like, damn, Jay, you bought that? Like, I wanted to show off a little, like, what I was capable of. I wanted to show, wasn't real flashy of a person, but when I did show off, I wanted to show off. You know what I mean? So, all right, guys. So, just think about what I just said here, man. The government don't care about you. They care about these illegals. They're burning down our nation. Our nation's going to hell. And guys, get into a trade. You know, get into a trade. Don't get yourself in this hole where you have a college degree and you can't do nothing with it. You know, there's nothing wrong with working with your hands for a living. You know, and if you guys do it right, you might be able to retire by the time you're 59 years old. You know, I wish I could go back and redid it because I messed up a lot of things. I messed up a lot, but I'm still young enough where I can think I can still fix some things. You know what I mean? So just take a page from my book. Just take a page from my book. Like I said, that didn't cost you guys nothing, but that was a life lesson that I learned the hard way that I just gave to you for free. So make sure you smash the like button just for that, okay, guys? Share this information. I love you, family. I'll talk to you later. Peace.